because we realized that people have started saying कि all the awards are paid.
Correct.
So somewhere deep down inside I thought this is paid.
Yeah.
वो होता है ना, अगर ये बम्बल होता तो लोग लेफ्ट स्वाइप कर देते हैं कि अनमैच कर देते हैं. तो as soon as I say I am building a startup in real estate, investors unmatch me. Now they are, we don't know what do you do.
But you make money.
People come to us and say that आपका बेटा कुछ अच्छा कर रहा है, and no police has come to say we want to arrest Sunny right now. So you are not doing something wrong, making money. ठीक है, you are doing something. ये कुछ नया तरह का business है जो हमें समझ नहीं आता.
Hi, welcome to the podcast of Crib on Tap. Today we are sitting down with Sunny Garg, the founder and CEO of Crib. We'll understand his journey as he built 2 startups, selling his previous one successfully to Stanza Living and currently building a property management software. Welcome to the podcast, Sunny.
Hi Soumya, thanks for having me here.
Glad to have you on a Saturday evening. Thanks for taking out time. Let's first start with understanding your journey. How has your whole, I think your entirety of your professional career has been about building startups. So
Yeah, I've never gone for doing a full-time job ever with
Correct.
somebody.
So let us know how this whole journey started.
So
How it's going.
my journey has been very simple. Like I was a college student at Ramjas College, University of Delhi. I was a BCom honors graduate. So and the average package my college was giving was 5-6 lakhs an
Yeah.
annum. So I knew that I didn't want to get into jobs from this.
Correct.
And I always was passionate about building businesses, and because I come from a typical business family wherein the dining table conversation is all about business.
Yeah.
So I thought, why not? And I never thought that I have to end up doing a job or a government job or anything like that. It was very clear that I want to do a business only.
Yeah.
So when I came to college, that business changed to startups, because that was the time when Flipkart was booming. All these new Swiggy, Zomato, all these people were coming in the market, and this new term was being coined in India कि यार कुछ startup होगा, कुछ investor होगा, कुछ funding आएगा, कुछ VC आएगा, and I was like, why not? We also learn it, and I very randomly started doing different things. Started a marketing agency, started a food stall, put up a food stall in college, and learning from one experience to another, I stumbled upon something which in an industry which is real estate, which I'm doing for the last 8 years now.
Yeah. So your family business is also in a similar space?
No. There's nobody in my bloodline who does real estate.
Oh wow, that's very
That's a new thing I've incorporated in my bloodline, that we will do real estate going forward.
interesting. You're also Forbes 30 under 30 Asia. I think recently in May this year,
Yeah, this year.
it was announced. So how was that journey like? Like, was that your vision or dream or?
यार वो होता है ना कि there are some things everybody wants to achieve. Like for
Yeah.
example, if you go in a army, you want to become a, let's say, a colonel or a major, and then if you become an actor, you want to have a 100 crore film or a 200 crore film. So when you become an entrepreneur, there are only 2-3 things you want to achieve. Either it's a public listing, or getting that unicorn status, or getting to, let's say, 200 crores of revenue with profitability. And one thing that you get very early on easily is this Forbes 30 under 30 if you are starting young. So there was a time when I was very desperate to get into Forbes 30 under 30. कि I want to be a part of this list. This was just me, the 22-year-old kid who just sold a company and was trying out different things. Recently I've even forgotten about it. I was like, I don't even, because we realized that people have started saying that all the awards are paid.
Correct.
So somewhere deep down inside I thought this is paid.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to end up paying 5-10 lakh rupees for just writing Forbes 30 under 30 after my name.
Correct.
So there was a time I applied it for 5 years consecutively, and I never got it. And then I was like, ये मेरा नहीं, वो होता ना अंगूर खट्टे हैं, ये मेरा नहीं हो रहा, ये पेड़ है. For the last 2 years, my team, somebody was from my team was very adamant, नहीं, we should apply. मैंने कहा मैंने 5 साल करके देख लिया, मेरे को तो नहीं मिला. तुझे अप्लाई करना है, कर ले. मैं क्वेश्चंस का आंसर हिंदी में बताया तो तू अपने आप ChatGPT करके इंग्लिश में डाल दियो. So for the last 2 years this was happening, and this year we got into it.
Oh wow. So when you stopped chasing it, you actually got
When
it.
you stop chasing it, and when I got into 30 under 30, I mentioned on the post also when I released it, that the 10 years ago, the 17-year-old Sunny would be really happy.
Yeah.
The kid in me is jumping out, but right now this doesn't add to my revenue, or this doesn't add to my valuation, or this doesn't solve my problem in any kind.
Right.
But it's good to have such honors so that even my parents know that he's doing something.
No, yeah, I think it's more for them, right? So in India, especially till now, there are still a lot of families where parents don't understand why their kids are doing startups, right? I myself face that resistance, but I think these things
यार
definitely.
मेरे में क्या था, when I was doing my first company I got this resistance. When the money came in, when I
Yeah,
sold it, and they
yeah.
saw a good amount coming in the bank account, then now we don't know what do you do,
But you make money.
but you make money. People come to us and say that आपका बेटा कुछ अच्छा कर रहा है, and no police has come to say we want to arrest Sunny right now. So you are not doing something wrong, making money. ठीक है, you are doing something. ये कुछ नया तरह का business है जो हमें समझ नहीं आता.
okay.
But they were very happy with Forbes 30. They didn't know what Forbes 30 under 30 is. जब उन्हें 5 लोगों ने आके बोल दिया कि वो सनी का Forbes 30, तब they came to me and they, ये क्या हुआ आज? So everybody is sending us congratulations. ये क्या हुआ आज? ये कहाँ फोटो आई है तेरी?
Okay, interesting.
And 2 days later we also forgot about this. Like
It was business as usual.
it was business as usual. It was firefighting as usual.
Yeah.
मतलब when you're fighting, कहते ना, मेरे को किसी एक इन्वेस्टर ने बोला था, पता नहीं किस फ्रेंड ने बोला था, the customer doesn't care about who you are,
Yeah.
how much money you have, or what is your family background. He just cares about his problem being solved.
Correct.
So if there's a tech glitch happening in Crib, the customer doesn't care that Sunny has come on a call, he's for 13 days, he's like,
Yeah.
solve कर, पैसे वापस दे, वरना मैं किसी और के पास जाता हूँ.
No,
So
absolutely.
this is a very business as simple.
Yeah. Tell me, how was the journey starting up in the real estate space, which traditionally in India is looked at in a very negative light because of so many challenges involved, a lot of black money involved. Funding is not so easy. How did you do it?
यार all these challenges are still there. मतलब ऐसा नहीं है कि funding is very impossible. As soon as you say you want to build something in real estate,
People want to run away.
वो होता है ना, अगर ये बम्बल होता तो लोग लेफ्ट स्वाइप कर देते हैं कि अनमैच कर देते हैं. तो as soon as I say I am building a startup in real estate, investors unmatch me.
Yeah.
तो वो that's very very common. And वो जो आपने गुंडा कर दिया और वो सब, see, there are 2 kinds of businesses being built. One is the Zepto kind of business wherein you disrupt everybody in the industry. Like Zepto का कहना ये है कि मेरे डार्क स्टोर्स चलेंगे, किसी का किराना स्टोर मैं नहीं चलने दूंगा.
Correct.
And then there's a different kind of business wherein which is like, let's say Oyo, कि आप अपना होटल चला रहे हो तो मैं आपको सपोर्ट करके आपका होटल बेटर चलाऊंगा और जो एक्स्ट्रा पैसे आप कमाओगे उसमें से मैं कमा लूंगा.
Absolutely.
So when I was running my last company, we were a Zepto kind of a model wherein we were like, तुम्हारी प्रॉपर्टी नहीं चलेगी, अब मेरी प्रॉपर्टी चलेगी. मैं प्रॉपर्टी लीज पे लूंगा, मेरी सर्विस प्रोवाइडर होंगे, मेरे बच्चे रहेंगे, तुम कौन मैं नहीं जानता.
Okay.
When we were doing this, we were taking properties, we were taking customers from existing market. So we were getting a lot of resistance in the sense कि गुंडे भी आते थे, पुलिस में भी कंप्लेंट होती थी, मार पिटाई भी होती थी, वो सब कुछ होता था. As soon as we moved from your shell to Crib, wherein now I say if you run a property with 100 customers, use me and I will make sure that you move to 200 customers and you will make twice the money you are making right now. So, and I will take a very very small part of that additional income you are making. So we don't face any kind of that kind of a resistance. So from a real estate sort of a business, we have now moved to a software side of a business.
Okay.
We don't care what the industry is. We are a software company that helps businesses grow.
Okay. So can you let us know more about what Crib exactly does? What is the solution all about?
So yeah, we have a very common understanding that people who manage rental real estate businesses in India or maybe outside India also in the Southeast Asia countries, MENA, US, UK,
Yeah.
there's nobody who's building for them.
Okay.
And these people face a lot of challenges in terms of their complete business operations is non-digital.
Okay.
Everything specifically in India happens on pen and paper.
Yeah.
You want to collect rent from 100 tenants, you have to call them, you have to message them, they will send a bank account payment, then you make a hand receipt, send it to them. If they have a complaint, they will call the manager, you will assign somebody, and then to and fro a lot of things that can be solved with tech is not still being solved.
Okay.
And then apart from that, there are a lot of other things, problems which they face. There's no solution. So we as Crib, basically we want to build around that. The first product we have launched is the Crib app, which is basically a software that helps them digitalize their communications and transactions. So anything between a landlord and a tenant, and specifically a landlord who manages more than 50 tenants.
Yeah.
So we completely digitalize that.
Interesting.
And now we have launched a smart meter wherein, if, for example, if you have 100 tenants, you have to collect electricity from everybody. It's a prepaid meter. Tenant has to recharge first, then only the electricity will come in the room.
Oh wow.
So we are building products around operators and rental real estate businesses.
Got it. So essentially, you're making managing a real estate property which is on rent easy for
Easy,
the landlord.
easy.
Interesting. And how exactly is this different from what you were doing at Your Shell?
So earlier, what we were doing is, Yourshell would have been a customer of Crib.
Okay.
So Yourshell used to take properties on list. So for example, this is, let's say, a 50-room building.
Yeah.
What Yourshell would have done is, I would have come here, I would have asked the owner, take 5 lakh rupees from me per month. You don't care what I do here.
Okay.
I will not do bad things, obviously, but I will convert this into a hostel or a
Understood.
co-living space where in 50 rooms, I will place 100 beds, put a food provider, a laundry provider, everything, and I will sell it to, let's say, 15,000 rupees per bed to 100 people.
Got it.
But right now, what we are doing is, if Yourshell is doing that, we'll go to Yourshell and it's like, you want to collect payments from these 100 people, take our mobile app, you can manage this well.
Got it.
Then if you want to manage electricity, take our sub-meters.
Got it. Got it.
Prepaid
So it's
meters.
more like a SaaS solution. For
More like a SaaS solution to existing real estate.
So the Your Shell journey ended up in an acquisition, right? Which is one of the dream exit strategies for any startup founder today. Was that planned? How did that happen? How did you make it happen?
See, we were going with Stanza toe to toe for a very long time. We were a 2.5 years old company. We started in January 2017. They started in April 2017, and we both started from the same geography. In the next 2.5 years, we grew there to 600 beds.
Okay.
They grew India wide to 50,000 beds.
Oh wow.
But there, that geography was not very strong. So in the 2.5 years of operation, they
Yeah.
kept coming to us, ki, why don't you sell indirectly through
Okay.
brokers? One day, I was not in a good mood. I just called it to a random broker, and he told me that, do you want to sell? I said, okay.
Okay.
And I didn't want to sell.
Okay.
And he said, I have asked them that you want to sell now. Please come to the office once and at least talk to them.
Okay.
So meeting them, talking to them 2-3 times, realized that theek hai, they will be able to take care of our business better. And we were in a lot of debt during that time because that was a completely bootstrapped company built on debt.
Okay.
So we were young. We wanted a clean slate in life, as there's no debt, no mistakes done as an early stage founder, and
Yeah.
kind of take a good money to exit the business.
Yeah. No, I think, and in a way, that journey helped you understand where exactly you can build a much more scalable business with less capital
Definitely.
involved.
Crib is right now managing close to 3 lakh units.
Oh wow.
Yourshell was at 600 units.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
And it's the same time frame. Crib can be more profitable,
Yeah.
more scalable, more VC backable business as compared to Yourshell.
Absolutely. Can we also touch a little bit upon, so both your startups that you did were in the residential real estate space. Have you considered commercial real estate as well?
So basically, commercial real estate, yeah, it's a very different ball game altogether. But I don't understand a lot about how management, all of that takes place. But our software, we have been approached by a lot of co-working spaces where they want to use our software.
Correct.
And it's the same software. Like the rent is, the
Correct.
basic terms are same, basic usage is same. You need a facility management, meeting
Yeah.
room, booking room. You need a rent collector. You need a GST invoice creator. So we have all of that. So we are going to release in the next 1 month
Okay.
the office management software also.
Interesting. And how will the journey of this launch look like? Are you starting with a few?
We will go obviously with the 4 or 5 companies who have approached us. We'll give them the software. They will use it for 3 months. We'll take their feedback, build on the top of it, and then launch with 50 companies. Very
Got it.
simply.
Are there any existing players doing this that you're?
There are 1-2 very small people doing, even in the co-living space and then in the co-working space, very, very small companies who raised 2-3-4 crores 5 years back. Investors have written them off.
Okay.
They're not able to scale up. See, basically, Paytm started hitting on in 2016.
Yeah.
If somebody would have tried to build Paytm in 2000, so it would have been a failure. So what happened with these guys, they started 5-7 years back when there was no software requirements. India was not moving towards software easily.
Correct.
So they raised money then, and investors also lost confidence in the last 5-6 years. So I feel bad for them, but they are going through that problem.
But I think right now is a good market for.
And it's not a good market because we will eat the 100% market. Like So basically, there are two kinds of businesses: very big TAM,
Yeah.
and there are 2-3 players that will exist.
Yeah.
Smaller TAM, but there's one person who will eat the 100% share of the market. So
Right.
we don't advise anybody to start in the software for property management space, because we are going to own the 100% space. But there's not even doubt about it.
Okay, interesting. What has inspired the whole transition now from, let's say, the residential where you were operating now to the official or the commercial side of things?
Yes. See, basically somebody came to us and like, we want to use your software.
Okay.
We run a mall. मैंने कहा, we have not built it for mall. उसने बोला नहीं, मैं चला लूंगा.
Okay.
मैंने कहा, कैसे चलाएगा? उसने बोला, तुम GST इनवॉइस बनाते हो, तुम्हारी ये 50 जो बेड दिखते हैं, ये मेरे लिए मॉल के यूनिट्स हो गए, ये ऐसे हो जाएगा, ये ऐसे हो जाएगा. मैंने कहा, यूज़ करेगा क्या? कर ले. उसने 2 महीने यूज़ किया. He's happy, he's paying. I realized that we have some sort of PMF there. We started talking to other people in the commercial real estate, and we'll launch that.
And how do you do the marketing, or let's say the...
We have a very simple sort of, we kind of find the leads who are running these businesses, and we do a proper sales approach. There's no marketing that happens.
Okay.
We don't have a marketing person in the company.
Is there any reason why that's the case?
There's no marketing required, because see, I told you that the TAM is very small.
Yeah.
There are, let's say, XYZ number of businesses who can use our software. We
Yeah.
know who those businesses are.
So you're
You can
directly
find them
reaching out
through
to them.
Google, scrap the data and all of that, and then do WhatsApp marketing on them.
Okay, got it. Can you talk about how the team is currently structured at Crib, and where exactly do you think most amount of investment is going and why?
Tech and product.
Okay.
So basically, we are around 50 people, 52. Half is tech and product, and half is sales. The
Okay.
only thing is, each resource of tech is 5x of
Yeah.
sales.
Yeah.
So major amount of investment has gone towards building the SaaS we are selling.
Yeah.
So till date, the major investment was going towards tech. Going forward, it will be 50-50, and then there will come a time when sales will be more expensive, because now the product is ready, going
Correct.
out, selling it, and all of that.
Correct. If we were to talk about some of the most interesting innovations that you've done on the tech front while building Crib, what will those be?
See, I don't think that we are building a very innovative product, because my viewpoint in building startups is you don't have to innovate. You have to provide the existing solution in a better way.
Okay.
Matlab, for example, when we started Your Shell, hostels, they were hostels.
Yeah.
We were just serving better food, plug points near beds, going out. Other hostels were allowing till 8, we were allowing till 10. We had gaming zones, we have libraries and all of that. So there was no innovation that happened.
Yeah.
But it was a basic thing that, and in terms of software also, we kind of picked every problem. So let's say there are 50 problem statements in running a rental real estate business. We have picked up all those 50 and we have built a tech around all of that. Like, for example, a lot of student housing companies have students who come from tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 cities.
Right.
And they don't know how to download the app and all of that.
Right.
And they mostly do a bank transfer.
Okay.
And if you are giving them a bank detail to bank transfer, let's say you have 500 tenants living with you, you give the same bank account to different people.
Right.
Everybody will transfer in the same bank account. You don't know whose money has come, who has not.
Correct.
And the existing players are doing this only. उन्हें पता ही नहीं है कि पैसा बैंक अकाउंट में आना है और लोग सब में बैंक में भेज दिया. आज आपके पास 20 लोगों ने बैंक में भेज दिया. You don't know who are the 480 people who have not sent it.
Right. Right.
The thing is over then.
Yeah.
What we have done is we have provided virtual accounts to every tenant. So if they have 500 tenants, there are 500 bank accounts given to each student, which they can give to their parents.
Correct.
Every time a virtual bank account is hit, we know whose payment has come. We directly transfer it to the main account, same second, and we mark that whose payment has come.
Okay.
So this is very small innovation, but
It solves the purpose.
then a lot of people end up making payment via UPI on the counter of the person who's running the property.
Right.
There's no solution around that. What we have done is we have brought in Crib QRs.
Okay.
When you make a payment on our QR, we know whose UPI ID is being used, whose phone number, whose name. We'll match it to the database of the property, show the owner that this is the best match according to you. They do a best match, and we've asked them if any time in the future this payment is coming from this UPI, can we mark it directly to them? They say yes, and every time that customer makes a payment, we know whose payment is done. Automatically receipt is sent. So
Interesting.
these are not very technical innovations happening. These are very basic problems being studied in detail and being solved.
Okay, got it. Which essentially means that you're understanding what the real problem on ground is, and then not trying to innovate too much, but finding out the most feasible solution to solve those problems.
My understanding of a good startup is you should solve a problem.
Right.
You should listen to the customer and solve their problem. There's nothing better than that. A lot of people end up, अरे यार मैं कस्टमर से क्यों बात करूं, मेरे को पता है मेरे को क्या बनाना है, 3-5 साल तक अपने सर में बनाते रहो और फिर वो जब निकालो तो कुछ नहीं निकलता. We launched the product with 2 features. Very basic 2 features. Right now we have more than 40 features.
Okay.
In the last 2 years we have built 40 on top of it. But 2 features, use them. Tell us what is missing.
Correct.
And on top of it we keep building it. So every time I sign a big customer, I'm like, I am 80% there.
Yeah.
I never say I am 100% there.
Right.
I am 80% there where you want the software. The 20% required I will build in 3 months for you.
Okay.
If I build in 3 months for him, that 20% gives me the edge to sign a new customer because he also wants that.
Correct.
I go to the next customer, I am 80% there. He's like, mostly तो है 2 feature का मैं और बना दे. So this way, on the top of it, we have been building. And in the next 6 months, we know that there's no feature in India that will be required apart from what Crib has for managing a real estate business.
Interesting. So out of the 40 features that you mentioned you have currently, which ones are the highest? I'm sure the transaction and the communication will be the highest selling feature, but anything else that is, let's say, among the top 5?
So these 2 are there. Then there's inventory management.
Okay.
Inventory management, we think of changing the name to unit management. So basically, how do you see Book My Show?
Right.
Like the way Book My Show shows the inventory of the movie hall.
Yeah.
So we have brought into the business end.
Okay.
So basically, for example, you have 100 rooms and somebody comes to you and says, which room is vacant? You don't know.
Okay.
So now in our app, there's a Book My Show like boxes. Red,
So you
yellow,
can-
green color. White color. White means empty. Green means booked. Red means to
Also
be
like
vacant.
how they show the flight seats, right?
Everything.
Yeah.
So this is a very, and you can change the date of the, like for example, you want to see from 31st March, which is going to be vacant.
wow.
According to the contract signed as a customer, we can show you that inventory.
Interesting.
This is one of the being most used feature out there.
Yeah.
Then there's a feature which is agreement signing and KYC. So if you are signing up a tenant, there's KYC, police verification, agreement.
Right.
So we have integrated Zoho Sign, we have integrated Aadhaar website.
Okay.
And so your customer will put in their Aadhaar card, will fetch the Aadhaar number, take it to the Aadhaar website, send a OTP, OTP is filled, fetch the details from the other website, put in the agreement of the owner, generate it on Zoho Sign with a stamp duty, and the customer can directly sign it.
Okay. Interesting.
So from KYC, police verification, and rental agreement, everything being done in 5 minutes.
Oh wow, interesting. So these are the highly used features currently. Any features that, let's say, you've heard in terms of feedback from the current clients or potential clients that you're
Yeah,
planning
there's
to?
a lot of features. See, when you go to a person who understands a little bit of tech and you say that I will build whatever you want, the demand never comes from. Like there was a feature advised to us. I have a lot of furniture in the property. Why don't you put a QR scanner on each furniture? And when somebody scans it, I can see the history of the furniture equipment.
Okay.
Because see, when you have 100 rooms, you have 100 ACs, you have 100 fridges, well, not fridges if you are putting it, 100 beds, 100 almiras. You want to know whether it belongs to you or the owner or a renting company, or when was it serviced last, when is the next service due. So basically the whole asset management in our terms. So like this, a lot of feature requirements keep coming to us. We build some, we postpone some, and we'll build some in the future.
Interesting. So now that it's been 2.5, 3 years building Crib, what do you think is the future for the company? Do you see it again getting acquired? Do you want to take it to IPO? What is the end goal?
Neither I want to get it acquired, nor I want to take it for IPO. Like I want to build a good business which customers like, which my shareholders like, which my employees like.
Okay.
ठीक है, every founder has a dream to become a unicorn or a
Yeah.
IPO, but I have realized one thing in running in this race. Like there was a time I was like, I want to do an IPO, I want to become a unicorn or all of that. But I've realized one thing, that whatever happen will happen with time.
Okay.
What you have to focus right now is delivering the best value to the people associated to the business.
Right.
All the stakeholders combined. Customer, employees, shareholders, family, everybody.
Okay.
So our focus as a company is right now and will always be in delivering value to people.
Okay.
And while doing that, if we end up doing an IPO, there's nothing better than that.
Okay.
But we are not getting acquired anytime soon. Like if there's any company listening to this who wanted to acquire Crib, I'm not selling it.
Okay.
I have enough money to survive the next 10 years of my life from my last acquisition.
Yeah.
So I don't want to sell it.
Okay. In terms of what launches will come next, or what, let's say, features, or purely from a business standpoint, what are the milestones that are coming up next?
Mostly are from a business standpoint. Right now, we कहते ना, from a business standpoint, we wanted to take it global from
Okay.
a very long time, and we have been keeping it under the radar. नहीं यार, इंडिया ही करते हैं, इंडिया ही करते हैं, and हमारा देश भारत महान ही है वो। फिर हमें एक इन्वेस्टर ने समझाया, अगर तुम इंडिया से बिल्ड करके बाहर बेचोगे और पैसा लाके इंडिया में ही दोगे वापस लोगों को, तो तब भी हमारा
Yeah.
देश महान है।
Correct.
तो we think of taking it globally, पूरा worldwide, very soon.
Interesting. Got it.
We have not decided the countries yet, whether it's going to US or UK or whatever country it is.
Okay.
But I definitely plan to take it global, and in the next 1 year to specifically to US. कि वो आज launch होगा या 1 साल बाद launch होगा, पर US करना है.
Okay.
We have also moved from crib.in to cribapp.com.
Oh, yeah.
So I purchased a very expensive domain because we wanted to keep it in India.
Yeah.
हमारा देश महान, crib.in. Now it's cribapp.com.
Okay, interesting. And in terms of the major key metrics for the business, what are the top, let's say, 2-3 that you want to hit?
Yeah, right now our goal is to cross 1.5 million ARR by the end of this financial year.
Okay.
1.2 to 1.5 million ARR.
Okay.
Whether it's March or it's May, June. Then the next goal is to be 10 million ARR.
Okay.
So post 1.2, 1.5, we are going to for a series A. We are already in talks with a lot of investors who have given us different metrics.
Yeah.
But my personal metrics is to cross a 1.2 because that gives us good enough profitability to survive the business
Right.
and all of that, and then do a bigger round and then go for a 10 million kind of a round.
Interesting.
And in terms of paid units, we are closely right now at close to 90,000 paid units.
Okay.
We want to move it to a million paid units.
Okay, interesting. Great. So, just before we wrap up, I'll ask you my favorite question, which I ask all my guests, which is, what's the book that you're currently reading, and what's your normal genre of interest?
Yeah, I don't read books. Matlab, I don't have enough patience to read 200 pages.
Okay.
Although when I was in school or college, I was a very studious kid who got 96% in
Yeah.
12th and all of that. I don't know what has changed in the last 10 years. Like, if I sit and try to read a book, I can't read more than 2-3 pages.
Okay.
There are a lot of, so when, like, see a lot of videos, I read a lot of articles online that helps me upskill.
Right, right. And you like to listen to podcasts, or?
Sometimes.
Okay, got it. Great, cool. I think this was very interesting. Thank you so much for coming in here today. Any last words for our audience before we wrap up?
Everybody is very क्या बोलते हैं ना, on कि start investing early, and you have Soumya and her company.
Yeah.
Why don't you guys start investing early?
Thank you so much for promoting us towards the end. And
I will send you the invoice for this.
done. But thank you again so much for taking time out on a Saturday evening, and especially doing it when you're not feeling the best of your health. With that, thank you so much for everyone who was tuning in today. We'll catch you with another episode soon next time. Bye.